Welcome back to the LocksOTD podcast. This is episode number 99, closing in on 100 here. I'm here with Zach. Today we got some college ball and some soccer locks for you, bringing back a couple soccer picks. We both got a couple picks each. We'll start off with some college ball, and then we'll head right into soccer. Soccer starts a little early today, so we're gonna have to get those in quick. But Zach, fire away with your two star.
Yeah. To start up college ball is going to be NC State -6 at a -115. We got a rivalry game tonight, UNC and NC State. UNC is ranked 16, coming in at 20-5. NC State is 18-8 and unranked at the moment. But North Carolina State is better in conference, 9-4 compared to UNC's 8-4. NC State's a big favorite tonight. That is in large part being that UNC lost their best player, Caleb Wilson, who was averaging 19-9. He fractured his left hand. He's going to be out for a while. Might be back for the NCAA tournament. Who knows? But that kid's going to be a draft pick probably this year. He's a very good kid unless he decides to stay for another year. Um, but really, in this one, NC State is a top scoring team in the country. They're right now, they're top 25 in points. They average 85 a game. They're top 10 in three-point percentage. They're in the top 50 in field goal and free throw percentage. And assist to turnover ratio, they're also in the top 25. This team is very good offensively, not as good defensively, because when you score a lot of points, you're going to give up a lot of points. But I do think that North Carolina is going to have their hands full in this one, not being able to have Caleb Wilson. I think they escaped last game against Pitt. They beat them by about 11 or 12 points, but that's a crappy Pitt team that's at the bottom of the ACC for UNC. They found a way to get a win, but you could already tell if they're giving up 75 to Pitt, NC State might put up 90 on these guys. They're going to struggle. And I do think that UNC in this one is going to really be hurt by their three-point defense. Their three-point defense is in the bottom 200s, so they give up a lot of threes. Meanwhile, NC State has a top three-point percentage. I do think NC State as well. They're a decent team with steals. They average about 8 or 9 a game. They're going to force a lot in this one, especially with this home crowd behind them. And really, what I'm looking at in this one is the value in this. NC State being -6 is just super high. It doesn't really seem to make too much sense. And what I'm looking at too is how many points is Caleb Wilson really worth? And even if Caleb Wilson was playing, I do think NC State would still be at least a 2.5 point to 3 point favorite. I think Caleb Wilson's worth right around 3 to 3.5 points. So if NC State would be the favorite anyways, I'd take them anyways. In this case, they're just a bigger favorite just because they have one guy out. Then at this point too, NC State was a top team in the ACC, and they've just taken some tough losses. They got blown out by Louisville. They lost by 2 last game to another good team in Miami. I think this is going to be their bounce back game right here. Rivalry game at home, ranked team, another good resume builder for them. They've got all the fixings to take down the Tar Heels in this one. I think they're going to beat them by at least, I think, 10 points. So we're going to roll with NC State -6, -115 as a two-star. I'm going to kick it to you for the three.
Yes, sir. Love that pick. But three star will be Purdue money line plus 130 playing Michigan. Both teams obviously extremely talented. Michigan's number one, Purdue is like number seven. These teams will definitely make a nice solid tourney run come March. I just think Purdue's a little deeper of a team here with the experience and better coach. You got guys like Brendan Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Kaufman, Rem, Purdue stars. They've all been together for 4 years now. Like they stick to Purdue. Like they don't bounce around teams, even their underclassmen, like they're sophomores and juniors, they're Purdue, Purdue, Purdue. Like they stay. They don't flake. And that's pretty big. Especially in college basketball. Like it when you play with the guys for so long, you understand their tendencies, whether it's shooting, playmaking, lockdown defense, whatever it may be. Playing with the same guys every day for multiple years, you just know where your teammates are going to be on the floor, and I think Purdue is like a perfect example of that. And everyone, like they don't need the transfer portal to be successful. It's just chemistry and playing basketball. Like yeah, they got another big man, Oscar Clough from South Dakota State, to replace Edie, but that was their only transfer of the season. It's like, and you look at Michigan, their whole entire starting lineup is just transfer, transfer, transfer. Their leading scorer right now from UAB, Morris Johnson from Illinois, like their centers from UCLA, Elliot Cados from UNC. Like every single one of their stars are all transfers, and kudos for them for making it work and being so successful as they are right now. But the area they do struggle in is turnovers, and that's a part of team chemistry. And they average 12 a game, Purdue's only averaging 8 a game. But both teams, they are top 16 in field goal percentage, shooting above 50%. Michigan is number one in points per game. Purdue does shoot the three ball slightly better at 38% to Michigan's 35. Home game for Purdue. They've only lost two games at home this year. Uh, they're against Iowa State and Illinois, both ranked teams. I think they shocked the number one team tonight at home, which honestly won't really be a crazy shock. Only plus 130. So locked in as a three-star Purdue money line plus 130. And I'll go right into soccer. I know my pick starts at 3 o'clock today, so I don't know what time did your pick start? Like 2:45-ish?
Yeah, 245.
Perfect. Yeah, let's rip it. Give them the two.
Yep. So for the two star, we're going to stay away from the Champions League today. We're going to do the English League Championship for you. We're going to take Wrexham plus a half at a minus 150. They're taking on Bristol City. This one's going to be a good one. You got two teams with Wrexham being in eighth, Bristol City being in ninth. Points here for either teams that have bumped them up pretty much closer to sixth place in order to fight for that promotion playoff spot. But at this point, Wrexham in this one has been solid. They have been very good as of late. They started off the year kind of slow. They've really picked it up the last few months. They've played 31 games this year. They've got points in 23 of those 31 games. They're almost tops in the league in ties. So these guys find a way to get points. I would say they're also unbeaten in their last four road games. They haven't lost a road game in almost 2 months. In that time, too, they've beaten Queens Park Rangers. They've beaten Sheffield Wednesday. They've beaten Derby County, and Derby County is a playoff team right now. And they've beaten Blackburn Rovers. So these guys have been solid, to say the least. I do think Bristol City's also in the same place as well. They've seen themselves, I mean, more so not as consistent as they do have 11 losses, but they do have 13 wins. They do have found themselves getting wins, getting them when they need to, and that is why they're only 1 point behind. I mean, these two teams are pretty much as even as you can get. 47 points for Wrexham, 46 for Bristol City. I mean, total goals are 43 to 44. Goals against is 38 to 39. I mean, it's pretty much staring at the same team. Both these teams right now are both just out of the top 10 in goals and defense. So there's not really too much to say, but I do really like these evenly matched games a lot of times too. Especially when the better team is the underdog. I love going with the spread in this one, especially because I could easily see a 1-1 game, maybe even a 0-0 game, because neither team wants to make an error. Each team wants to keep its same progress and keep moving up in the standings. And right now, with the run that Wrexham has been on as a football club, they want to do everything that they can to get to that next level of the Premier League, and they want to keep getting points. And they've got some solid players. I do think Kiefer Moore, who's one of their best forwards, if he is out there today playing, it might be a tough one for Bristol City. So him, and then you also got to be on the lookout for Callum Doyle, solid player as well. Right, fits right in their midfield and a little bit on defense too. But he's a solid player. Two guys that are going to be at the head of the snake for Wrexham. So Wrexham plus a half and minus 145, I think I said. Yeah, so minus 145. We're rocking with that, and that's going to be your two star. We'll kick it over to you for the three.
Love it, love it. Three-star heading to the Champions League. Big game. Going Monaco plus 1.5, minus 175. They're playing Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. A little bit of a heavier line here at minus 175, but Champions League leg one game being played in Monaco. These two teams are familiar with each other. They both play in the French League One. PSG is currently second place in that league. Monaco sitting in eighth. But looking at Monaco at home this year in Champions League matches, they've faced some tough competitions like Man City, Tottenham, who's been barely solid in Champions League, not so much in Premier League. They've also played Galatasaray and Juventus. They beat Galatasaray, and they had three draws, 2-2 against Man City, and Tottenham and Juventus, they tied 0-0. Seeing that, I'm just seeing that Monaco is keeping close games at home against big clubs. Obviously, PSG, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and on the road in Champions League this year, PSG's lost to Sporting. They tied Athletic Club, who didn't even make it this far. Uh, they beat Barcelona 2-1 on a 90th minute goal, and they beat the shit out of Bayern Leverkusen, but that's not really that impressive. This will also be the second meeting between these two teams. First match was a France League One match where Monaco came out on top 1-0, and they had a red card in the 80th minute, and PSG still couldn't score. Um, but both these teams do play in a month in league. I think that's where PSG will probably get the best of them. But for here, I think that it's Champions League. It's gonna be a tight fucking game, a lot of stakes. So it's the first leg. It's gonna be close. Second leg is gonna be in Paris, so that's probably where PSG will let loose and score 15 goals. But we're in Monaco. I think Monaco is gonna keep it tight here. Plus 1.5 at a minus 175, so lock that one in. And that'll be it for today's podcast. You got anything else to add?
That should be everything for today.
Yeah, just got to get those picks in. Soccer starts early, so lock them in, and we'll see you on Thursday.